Have you ever wondered why some people seem to build wealth effortlessly while others struggle their entire lives? Most people think it's because of bad luck, low-paying jobs, or not making enough money. But here's the truth. It's not the big mistakes that keep you broke. It's the tiny, everyday habits that silently drain your wealth without you even noticing. Think about this. If you lost $10,000 overnight, you'd panic, right? But if you're losing $10 a day on bad money habits, you don't even feel it. And that's exactly how financial struggle works. It's not one big financial disaster that ruins people. It's death by 1,000 tiny cuts. I get it because I've been there. A few years ago, I thought I was doing okay financially. I was paying my bills, saving a little, and living a normal life. But when I finally sat down and tracked my money habits, I realized I was leaking cash everywhere. And it wasn't on huge, obvious things. It was small, daily habits I didn't even think twice about. That realization changed everything for me, and today I want to help you do the same. In this video, I'll expose 10 tiny habits that are secretly keeping you broke. Some of these might surprise you because they're things we all do without thinking. But by the end of this video, you'll see exactly how these habits are holding you back, and more importantly, how to break free from them. So if you've ever felt like you're working hard but not seeing real financial progress, trust me, you need to hear this. And make sure to watch till the end, because the last habit, that one alone could change your entire financial future. Let's get started. Habit 1. Relying on just one source of income. If there's one thing that puts your financial future at risk, it's depending on a single paycheck. Most people believe having a steady job means financial security, but in reality, it puts you in a dangerous position. Because let's be honest, what happens if that job disappears tomorrow? The truth is, millionaires don't rely on one income. According to the IRS, the average millionaire has at least 7 income streams. That doesn't mean you need 7 today, but you should start thinking beyond your 9 to 5. Even if you have a great job, it's crucial to build extra income streams. And before you say, Mike, I don't have time for another job. I get it. But making more money doesn't always mean working more hours. It's about using what you already have. Maybe you're great at graphic design, writing, or coaching. You can freelance online. Or maybe you love a certain topic. You could start a YouTube channel, blog, or digital product. Even small investments can grow into additional income. But if you rely on just one income, you're one bad day away from zero. And that's a risk you don't want to take. Habit 2. Playing the status game. Now let's talk about a habit that keeps millions of people broke. Spending money to impress others. We've all done it. Bought the latest phone, designer shoes, or a luxury car. Not because we truly needed or even wanted it, but because it made us feel successful. But here's the harsh reality. When you spend money to look rich, you stay broke. I remember a guy I used to work with. He made 6 figures, had the fancy watch, the newest car, always wore designer brands. But behind the scenes, he was drowning in debt. His credit cards were maxed out and he had nothing saved. Why? Because he wasn't buying those things for himself. He was buying them for other people's approval. The real test is this. Would you still want it if no one else knew you had it? If the answer is no, you're spending money for the wrong reasons. Instead of wasting money to impress strangers, focus on buying freedom. Because trust me, financial independence feels way better than a designer label. Habit 3. Letting financial clutter take over. Most people don't realize this, but money stress is just like a messy room. If your finances are all over the place, random subscriptions, forgotten bills, unclear budgets, it creates stress and anxiety. And when you're overwhelmed, you start avoiding money decisions altogether. Ever avoided checking your bank account because you just didn't want to see the number? That's financial clutter in action. But here's the thing, you can't control your money if you don't even know where it's going. So, the first step? Track everything. Write down every dollar coming in and going out. You'll be shocked at how much you're spending on things you don't even care about. Next, automate everything. Bills, savings, investments. Set them up so they happen without you thinking about them. And lastly, schedule a weekly money check-in. Just 10 to 15 minutes every week to review your spending and make adjustments. Clearing your financial clutter is like decluttering your house. It instantly reduces stress and helps you take control. And once you do that, you'll be shocked at how much money you were losing simply because you weren't paying attention. Habit 4, paying the convenience tax every day. Ever paid for express shipping because you waited until the last minute? Ordered takeout because you didn't feel like cooking? Used an out-of-network ATM because it was closer? These small charges might seem harmless, but they add up fast. This is what I call the convenience tax, a silent money drain that keeps millions of people broke. Here's the thing. Businesses make billions by charging you for convenience. And the more you rely on it, the more money you throw away. Now, I'm not saying you should never order food or pay for express shipping, but be strategic. Plan ahead. Cook at home more often. Use fee-free ATMs. Avoid letting laziness cost you money, because every dollar you save on these convenience taxes is a dollar you can invest in your future. And over time, those small savings compound into something life-changing. Habit 5. Thinking wealth is a zero-sum game. A lot of people secretly believe that there's only so much success to go around, that if someone else gets rich, it somehow takes away their chance at success. But this mindset is keeping you stuck, because when you believe wealth is limited, you start seeing other people's success as a threat instead of inspiration. Have you ever seen someone start a business, land a dream job, or hit a big financial goal, and instead of feeling motivated, you felt jealous? That's a sign of scarcity thinking. But here's the truth. Money isn't a pie with limited slices. There's no rule that says only a few people can succeed. In fact, the more you surround yourself with successful people, the more opportunities you'll find. Instead of seeing others as competition, learn from them. If someone is doing what you want to do, study their journey. Use their success as proof that it's possible for you too. Because the only thing stopping you from building wealth is your belief that you can't. Habit 6, ignoring the power of investing. Most people think investing is only for the rich. They assume they need thousands of dollars to start, so they put it off. Big mistake. Because here's the thing. Time is your biggest weapon when it comes to building wealth. The earlier you start, the less money you actually need. Let me give you an example. If you start investing just $200 a month at age 25, and you put it in an index fund that earns around 8% per year, by the time you're 65, you'll have around $600,000. But if you wait until 35 to start, that same $200 a month only grows to $300,000. You just lost $300,000 because you waited. The biggest mistake isn't investing in the wrong stock or missing out on the next big thing. It's never starting at all. Even if you can only invest $50 a month right now, do it. Because the longer you wait, the more money you're leaving on the table. Habit 7. Believing you'll figure it out later. A lot of people think, I'll start saving when I make more money, or I'll get serious about my finances later. But later never comes. The problem with this mindset is that you never feel like you have extra money. If you're not managing $1,000 properly, you won't magically manage $10,000 or $100,000. I know someone who got a huge raise, almost doubled his salary. And guess what? He was still living paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because he never built the habit of managing money. The way you handle $100 is the way you'll handle $100,000. Wealth isn't about how much you make, it's about how well you manage it. So don't wait for later. Start now, even if it's small. Habit 8. Letting lifestyle creep steal your wealth. Ever notice how, when you make more money, you somehow start spending more too? That's lifestyle creep. You get a raise, so you upgrade your car. You get a bonus, so you go on a luxury vacation. At first it feels great, but eventually you're right back to living paycheck to paycheck, just with fancier stuff. This is how people make six figures and still struggle financially. The trick? As your income grows, don't increase your expenses at the same rate. Instead, keep your lifestyle the same for a while and use the extra money to invest, save, and build real wealth. Because real financial freedom isn't about having nice things, it's about having options. Habit 9. Thinking rich people got lucky. A lot of people assume that wealthy people just got lucky. They think rich people were either born into money, won the lottery, or got some secret advantage. And while luck can play a role, the truth is, most self-made millionaires built their wealth through consistent habits over time. They learned skills, took risks, made smart investments, and most importantly, they never stopped improving. If you believe rich people are just lucky, it gives you an excuse to stay where you are. But if you see wealth as something you can create, you'll start taking action. Because here's the reality. The odds of getting rich by accident are low, but the odds of getting rich by consistently learning, saving, and investing, much, much higher. Habit 10. Surrounding yourself with the wrong people. This might be the most important one, because whether you realize it or not, the people around you affect your financial future. If you hang around broke people who complain about money, hate their jobs, and think success is impossible, you'll start thinking that way too. But if you surround yourself with people who are ambitious, smart with money, and constantly learning, you'll start picking up those habits. You've probably heard the saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, that applies to money too. If you want to be financially successful, start surrounding yourself with people who have the habits and mindset you want. Because trust me, the right environment can change everything. So now you know the 10 small habits that are secretly keeping you broke. The question is, what are you going to do about it? You don't have to change everything overnight, but start with one habit. Maybe today you track your spending. Maybe this week you set up an automatic investment. Maybe this month you start building an extra income stream. Because here's the truth. Small changes add up. And over time, they can take you from struggling to thriving. Your financial future isn't decided by luck. It's built by the choices you make every day. So make the right ones and watch your life transform.